So guys, I do have to update that I did have a migraine Thursday night into Friday. I am happy to report that it is finally gone, but it was my first one in 3 months. Now, if you had asked me before, you're going to get one every 3 months or 4 months or twice a year or whatever, light years ahead of where I was last time when I was getting them like every single week. So I'm thrilled that it's over, and I'm thrilled that it was so far in between them. May 10th, I think, was my last one. And then, August 13th, 14th. So I'm happy that it's over, and I don't ever want it again. And I think I was probably backing off on my lymph drain and all of the things that I've been doing. I was trying to stay super hydrated. I was trying to do my lymph stuff. I was ending my day with my feet up on the wall for 10 minutes, letting everything just kind of drain and decompress. I had all of these plans. And then as life got crazier, I was like backing off a little bit. I'll skip this, I'll skip that. But I've been very relaxed lately, and then Thursday hit, and Thursday was, we visited with my aunt, my cousin, my kids were out there, my sister, my dad, and there were a lot of questions, a lot of family discussions. We were trying to figure out a lot of things. I was talking with my girls about the house and, what's going on with that. And then I was talking to my cousin about what she thinks should be done with my dad. And so there was a lot of discussions, future discussions, that had me kind of, I'm sure, clenching and thinking about things like that. Then we got a very unpleasant call from one of the people that's supposed to be helping us in the healthcare industry about paperwork that he hadn't signed. Well, it was their responsibility to get the paperwork signed when they were there, and they only got one signature, and then they were like looking at us like, get him to sign the rest of it. But the paperwork was saying that he understood, and he didn't understand. He didn't know why they were there, and he didn't know what was going on, and so that's why he didn't sign the paperwork. It was an assessment of whether or not he qualified for certain kinds of home care because of the state that he's in physically and mentally. So not signing it, I think, backs up the fact that he's not mentally able to sign it at this point. So my aunt was here for a couple of weeks staying with my dad. She got here shortly after I got back from Miami, and so she was staying here with him. Then my cousin flew up. They're going to drive back together. And my aunt is 90 years old. So they brought him all kinds of places, took him to a bunch of restaurants, took him to visit people, drove him around, did all kinds of stuff, got him out of the house, fed him 3 meals a day, and now he's kind of back into his routine that he was in before. But there was a lot of infighting between the two of them. There was a lot of frustration. I think it may have confused him as to what was going on. She asked a lot of questions that kind of brought a lot of things up from him, and would keep kind of the stories going and to try to figure out where he was going with this. Sometimes she would correct the stories, which is something that we typically don't do, because if you have to revisit his parents' death or his wife's death constantly, he will present it as, why didn't you tell me? He doesn't understand why we're not as upset as he is, because he's just finding out that his parents died, when in reality one of them died in the 70s, one of them died in the 80s. So it's been a long time since that happened. My mom has been gone 7 years already, so whenever he finds out that she's gone, he wants to know where she went. Did he go to the funeral? Why aren't we more upset? It's frustrating. So we don't, for his health and ours, we don't usually correct him. We usually just say she's not here, or they're not here. But anyway, that was a lot of my clenching and stressing, and I think that's what caused my migraine to come back. But I'm in a better place now. I am peaceful, I am happy, and probably gonna go and take a little drive today. We're gonna try to go out to eat tonight, and we'll see. We'll just see. I had a subscriber, thank you very much, pay for a meal out for me and my partners. I'm excited about that. We're gonna pick a place, go out to eat, have a nice relaxing time. Lord willing, migraine stays away. And I just want to thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. Take care.